That's gonna be fun. All that is gonna be fun. Okay. We mark it. Let's go. Hello, what up? It's me, Nativa, and thanks for coming back to my channel if you're coming back, and hi if you're new. What's going on? I like to knit, and I've started a YouTube channel about it, so here we are. Today we're doing a little knit and chat video. I just wanted to do something chill, something easy, something that doesn't require a lot of editing. So I'm hoping today to talk a little bit about the test knitting process. I kind of talked about it a little bit in my last video, but I just wanted to kind of dig a little deeper on it. I know there have been a lot of like interesting opinions about test knitting on on TikTok and on Instagram lately, and I just thought I'd throw my hat in the ring for the conversation because I did just do a test knit, so I'm pretty fresh off the process, and we'll talk about that. But first I'll talk about what I'm working on. So this is, I'll go ahead and put it on because we're getting there with it. She's almost done. This is the Harper jacket by Caidree. Where did my yarn go? Fell on the floor underneath. It's fine. Everything is okay. Ugh. This is the Harper jacket by Caidree. This one's been on my list for a while. I've had this pattern for a long time, and as you can see, it's coming along. I've been working on it for about a week, and I am on Sleeve Island, as you can see, and I tweaked the pattern a little bit for this sleeve. I'll say it's a super easy pattern. Once again, I've been going for the easy ones because I can, and I think they're cute. Caidree's got really cute stuff. But really simple raglan style cardigan, knit up in garter stitch, as you can see. Very easy, back and forth until you get it where you want it. And then the sleeves are meant to just be picked up and knit, no decreases or anything, and you bind off. But I tried to do a little bit of tapering with this sleeve, and I just don't love it. I thought that I would like the way it looks, and I do think I did a pretty good job. I think it looks nice. I think it's a little bit obvious where I started for my liking. And I don't know. It feels good. I'll say that. It feels good around my wrist. Like, I think this is a nice circumference. But I think I'm just going to go with what the pattern says for this sleeve and just do the plain old tube and see what happens. I don't know, just something about this doesn't look right to me, and okay, I'm doing final edits for this video, and I'm realizing that the reason that the sleeve looks so weird tapered is because it's a jacket. It's not a cardigan. It's a thick, fat jacket, so it needs a thick, fat sleeve, I think. I don't know. I'm almost done with it at this point with the second normal sleeve, so we'll see. You'll see it in another video, I'm sure. But yeah, that's why it looks so weird. But anyway, back to the main video. I'm just gonna trust the designer for this sleeve and then compare, and I have a feeling this one's gonna get frogged and redone. But it's chunky, so all good. It's been going quick. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on today. Sorry for the clanking of the needles on this camping chair. And I know what you're thinking. Nativa, you need to buy some real furniture. Why are you using a camp chair in your living room? You know what? Mind your business. That's what I have to say about that. Let me get situated here. This is the thing about the sleeves. It's like exciting to be on the sleeve part of a project, but then it means you have this whole project that you have to like shimmy around constantly, and it's a pain in the ass. Okay, but let's talk test knitting, because maybe that's why you clicked on this video. So like I said, I did do a test knit recently, and I've only done the one. So I'm speaking from a one-time experience as a test knitter and as someone who has seen calls for a lot of test knits. That's where I'm at with my experience with this. But I did a test knit for Brenda Lamb for her dotted line T-vest pattern, and the way the process works is that designers will make a call for test knitters and have them test a new pattern before they officially release it to be sold, to be purchased. So yeah, they like have a few people test out all the different size options, and it's nice because they can get a kind of feel for how the pattern reads, if it needs to be tweaked at all for clarity, or you know, it's nice too because I'm sure people like try out different yarns sometimes. As long as you're doing the gauge, you can use the correct gauge. You can use whatever yarn you want, which is really cool. They obviously give recommendations, but yeah, it's just so that designers can do a test run of the pattern before they release it for sale and know that it's like as good as it can be, basically. And they also, at least with Brenda, you know, she has us take photos so that she can use that. I'm assuming on the product page and definitely for promotion on social media. And yeah, really easy process, really fun process. I had a great time. I had a really great time working with Brenda. She was just as precious as I assumed that she would be. And it was really fun, really easy to interact with if we had any questions. Aside from the actual knitting, like she just had us do a page on Ravelry and yeah, send her a photo, and I think that was it. So yeah, it was a really simple process. Would do it again. Really enjoyed it. Got a free pattern out of it. It was great. I had a really lovely time. Brenda is awesome. I will never stop recommending her. That being said, there have been a lot of opinions lately about test knitting and this idea that it is just expected of testers to do the work for free. Sorry, I'm looking at my needle here, and it is coming untwisted from the cord. But yeah, this talk about should test knitters be paid, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm sitting right in the middle on this because I'm a Libra. No, because I mean that's maybe why, but I see both sides to this. Yeah, would it be cool for people to be getting paid for their work? Totally. Would it be cool? There have been some other options proposed other than just like getting paid. Would it be cool if knitters were provided with materials for the project that they're going to make? Could be cool if designers maybe gifted some other patterns from what they've got for free so that we don't have to buy patterns. I think that would be cool too. Basically, is it enough that they post our picture and tag us in their posts? Is that enough? Should designers be doing more for their test knitters? And like I said, I kind of see both sides, because if you are a designer who is, you know, just starting out, or I don't know what designers' financial lives look like, I could see where it would be difficult to make that happen, especially if you're new, especially if you're just starting out. And even if you do have a ton of followers, like I don't know how much money people are making selling knitting patterns. Like it's a lot of question marks, and I think it's got to be a case-by-case basis. Like, would it be nice? Yeah. And is it really cool to be thoughtful about that? Definitely. And I think that's really my stance on this, is like it's something to consider. It's something to be thinking about. You know, as a tester, you are giving the designer your time and your skills, and you know, buying your own yarn is an expensive thing. That's just a fact. We all know that. And, you know, if you are, as a designer, are able to compensate or are able to throw in materials to do it, I say if you're able, that is definitely something to be thinking about. But I guess what I'm saying is that I don't expect it of anybody. It's really hard to say, like, who should or shouldn't be doing that. It was definitely interesting to see people getting so fired up about it. And, like, I definitely heard of some people having some kind of shitty experiences test knitting, and that was not my experience with Brenda at all. She was very great and never made me feel weird about like the colors I chose or, you know, my skills or anything like that. And I think there are folks who have had maybe some, like I said, shittier experiences with feeling like not appreciated and maybe shamed for whatever reason. And that sucks. That's like its own thing. It's like, why are we, don't be mean to people, especially if they're doing you a favor. But yeah, I just think we've got to be trusting each other and trusting ourselves to do the best that we can to take care of each other. And if you don't think that that's happening in a situation that you're in, then there's nothing wrong with getting yourself out of that situation. If you're doing a test knit and people are being shitty to you, don't feel like you got to stick around. And if you are a designer and you're thinking about doing a test knit, maybe think about if there is something you can do to kind of sweeten the deal for the person doing this work for you. You know, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just like really genuine gratitude. And I definitely feel like I got that from Brenda. And to me, that's enough. But again, it's just about being thoughtful. And I think if everybody's being thoughtful, then we should be in a good spot. Will I test knit again? If it's a pattern I like, that's really what drew me to it, was that I really liked the dotted line T-vest pattern. And I was like, oh, I'd love to knit this. And I knew it would be a quick one. And it was totally in my wheelhouse. Like, that's what drew me to it. And I just love Brenda. So I was excited to work with her. And yeah, I mean, if there's another designer that I see having a test knit for something I really like, maybe I will go for it. But, you know, that's the other thing about the test knitting is like no one's making you do it. You know. So, yeah, tricky stuff. It's tough. I think it's a case-by-case basis. But, again, something that I'm glad folks are proposing we be thoughtful about. So, that's it. That's it for now. Just a little quickie to sit and knit and chat with you. Thanks for watching and sticking around. I really appreciate it. Like, I genuinely really thank you so much for watching my stuff. And what do I always say? Go do the YouTube stuff. You go ahead and you like the video and you subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear genuinely. Like, I'm really curious about what other people's thoughts are on this because, like I've said, it's a weird one. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really did not make a ton of progress on this sleeve, but, you know, talking and knitting, kind of nice. I don't get to do that a lot because I'm usually all by myself when I knit or listening to an audiobook with my boyfriend, so, which is also great. But anyway, I'm done. I'm done talking now. Thank you for watching. Mwah, goodbye.